Is your maid a jealous person?
He's let himself into my apartment, gone through my mail, especially my phone bill, to see who I'm calling.
I have to call her practically every day.
Why stay with someone who doesn't trust you?
I want to have an opportunity to see if this is going to continue.
I hope that, things will change.
Why would someone spy on their mate?
Low self-esteem.
I guess I'm jealous of her ex-boyfriend.
See how jealousy destroys relationships on the next Oprah Winfrey Show.
At 4 p.m. on Channel 7.
As one consumer, your purchasing power is limited. $1 doesn't go very far. But when you pool your dollars with thousands of your neighbors, you can multiply your buying power. And that's the secret to Buyers Up, a nonprofit consumer oil buying group founded by Ralph Nader. By buying millions of gallons of home heating oil cooperatively, you can save hundreds of dollars a year on your oil bill. To find out more, call 328-3800. That's 328-3800. Do it today.
Happy holidays from 7 on your side.
Confined to a wheelchair since birth, Ralph Telfort made it quite clear at the tender age of 5 that nothing was going to keep him down.
Most people see a disabled person, they don't take into consideration of what their capabilities are.
Ralph is capable of so much, bringing joy to so many through his singing performances for Special Olympics, nursing homes, and the shelters he's visited. For brightening the lives of so many, 7 salutes, Ralph Telfort.
We're proud to bring you this special color presentation of Charles Dickens' classic Christmas story, Scrooge.
Hello, I'm Patrick Macnee. The holiday season is my favorite time of year. Families get together. They come from all parts of the continent. People really seem to enter into the spirit of things. A tradition in our family for many Christmases has been to watch the movie Scrooge. It was taken from Charles Dickens' novel A Christmas Carol, which was written in 1843. There have been several versions of this film, but my favorite is George Minter's. It was made in 1951. It starred Alistair Sim. It really seemed to capture the true essence of the Dickens novel. After all, A Christmas Carol is a story of redemption. Dickens himself called it a sentimental romance. It just seemed to capture the true holiday spirit so well. Why don't you and your families join me in watching this Christmas classic, Scrooge?
This special presentation of Dickens' Scrooge with Alistair Sim is brought to you in part by Tide. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide. And by Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
New liquid Tide with Clothesline Fresh Scent. It'll make your whole wash smell as fresh as all outdoors. New Clothesline Fresh Tide.
See this number? This is what it stands for. It's the patent number of a unique conditioner that leaves hair fuller. Who's got that patent? Prell. Yes, Prell. We've developed a clean rinse formula. Nothing rinses cleaner. So nothing leaves hair fuller. Our conditioner is so unique, we've got a patent on it. Prell. The cleaner the rinse, the fuller the hair.
Stay tuned for more bar and humbug right after these announcements.
They predicted a gloomy year for everyone. But they didn't count on Mazda, with cars and trucks engineered to feel just right. Now Mazda is racing toward an all-time sales record, with record-setting deals that can save you up to $2,000 now. The Mazda, race to the record. At your Washington area Mazda dealer now.
We invite you to celebrate the joy of Christmas from Washington's National Cathedral. Christmas at the National Cathedral, Christmas Day at 9 on Channel 7.
Don't drop out. That's not what it's about. Learning can be fun. Then you'll know how it's done. It's easy not to try. Hey, but why? Don't be a fool. Remember, kids, school's cool.
If you want to be cool, stay in school.
Share a message of hope with the homeless this holiday season. Call your local rescue mission.
Remember the little guy, Jonathan Lawler, we met in 1985 when he came here from Mississippi as a Make-A-Wish kid to meet Princess Diana? Remember, he could play any instrument there is. He sang, and he kept us spellbound with his gibberish.
Now, if I was going to say, hello, Ed, my name is Johnny, how are you? I would say, let it go, Eddie, Ed, my guy,
all this despite being blind from a brain tumor that doctors believed would take his life by age 10. But we saw him graduate from high school. However, after that, Jonathan got very ill, but some doctors came forth and performed major surgery 6 months ago. Jonathan will be out of the hospital very soon and is expected to live. On another positive note, a little more personal, my sister, Connie Springman, like Jonathan, is winning her fight against the odds. She's doing just fine, retired as a criminologist and deep in seminary school after 2 major surgeries for cancer this year. And I hope the story of Jonathan and my sister have given you as much inspiration as they have me. Merry Christmas.
We now return to Scrooge with Alastair Sim.
Static can give people the wrong impression. It'll stop you. Static can be openly embarrassing. It'll stop you. And static can strike when least expected.
It'll stop you. Yeah.
Because the more you move, the more static can build up. But you can stop static cling by using Bounce, because Bounce leaves clothes virtually static-free.
It won't stop you.
Bounce. It stops static before static stops you.
This sink was cleaned by Albert's mother. She got all the tough, greasy stains she could see, and lots more she couldn't see, because they were way below the surface in teeny tiny cracks. Albert's mom used Comet with bleach-boosted chlorinol, which, unlike her old cleanser, penetrates tough grease better and bleaches way down deep. Next time, consider Comet, considering what happens in sinks. For dirt you see and dirt you don't. Comet for the deeper clean.
I'd just about given up. My son invariably wears a white sweatshirt while shooting baskets in the mud and rain. I thought that shirt would never be really white. Then I tried Tide with bleach.
For your tough whitening problems, you need the one with the power of liquid bleach to whiten better than other detergents. Even a sock this dirty gets only this white with other detergents, but gets gleaming white with Tide with bleach.
Unbelievable. Sincerely, Virginia Raitano.
When it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
Alastair Sim in Scrooge will be...
As one consumer, your purchasing power is limited. $1 doesn't go very far. But when you pool your dollars with thousands of your neighbors, you can multiply your buying power. And that's the secret to Buyers Up, a nonprofit consumer oil buying group founded by Ralph Nader. By buying millions of gallons of home heating oil cooperatively, you can save hundreds of dollars a year on your oil bill. To find out more, call 328-3800. That's 328-3800. Do it today.
Lost on a corner at midnight as it begins to rain. Will we ever go home again? Will we
leading cause of homelessness is the lack of affordable housing. Thousands of low-income dwellings are lost nationally each year while more people need them. To solve this problem, affordable housing must be preserved, renovated, and rebuilt. What can you do to help America's homeless citizens?
Lost in the city at midnight, as the darkness begins to reign, will we ever go home again? Will we ever go home again?
Please write your Congress member in care of Housing Now. We'll be sure to deliver your message.
If you haven't checked in with Regis and Kathie Lee, check out what you've been missing.
I'm bringing Susan Lucci back.
It's an outrageous hour that's always unpredictable.
It's a jackpot. Then you saw Willard milk a goat.
When it's live, anything can happen.
Wait a minute, I thought you were going to lie down and we were all going to get to see it.
No. Okay. I don't know how we...
Catch the fun live with Regis and Kathie Lee.
Coming January 1st to Channel 7.
A can of peas, box of dried milk, maybe a box of cereal. Now, that's not too much extra to buy and put in the Neediest kids basket, now is it? Heck no. So if everybody gives just one item to the WJLA Neediest Kids food drive, then we'll be able to feed thousands of area families who can use a little extra help. So on your way out of your Safeway, hey, throw something in the kitty. So won't you give now through December 24th? We appreciate your generous contributions, and thank you.
We now return to Scrooge. Scrooge, presented in part by New Secret, Sporty Clean Scent.
A 20-pound free weight doesn't know the difference between a man and a woman. A jump rope isn't designed any differently for a man or a woman. But when a woman sweats, her antiperspirant better know the difference. That's why we've developed new Sporty Clean Secret. Strong enough for a man, but pH balanced for an active woman's chemistry, with a clean new scent that lasts. Because there is a difference between him and you. New Sporty Clean Secret.
I'd just about given up. My son invariably wears a white sweatshirt while shooting baskets in the mud and rain. I thought that shirt would never be really white. Then I tried Tide with bleach.
For your tough whitening problems, you need the one with the power of liquid bleach to whiten better than other detergents. Even a sock this dirty gets only this white with other detergents, but gets gleaming white with Tide with bleach.
Unbelievable. Sincerely, Virginia Raitano.
When it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
When you've got diarrhea, you can take this. And when you're in real trouble, now you can choose maximum strength Pepto-Bismol.
People do almost anything to keep ordinary nasal spray up in their nose where it can work. Fortunately, there's Sinex Ultrafine Mist. Twice as fine as ordinary sprays, it stays up in your nose for the best relief possible. Sinex Ultrafine Mist.
And now, back to Scrooge.
Scrooge will return after these messages.
Let's go to the National Capital Area International Auto Show, Washington Convention Center. It's fun for the whole family with hundreds of models all under one roof. And the Batmobile.
Wish I could buy 2 or 3 of them.
We're having a good time.
December 27th through January 1st. The 48th Annual National Capital Area International Auto Show, Washington Convention Center.
There are more and more homeless children in the Washington area. They need everything, the basics, food and clothing. But you can help by contributing to Channel 7's Neediest Kids Funds Drive. With your contributions, all sorts of warm clothing, scarves and coats, and all sorts of other wonderful things can be bought and distributed through the schools to brighten their lives. So please send a check to Neediest Kids, Box 311, Washington, D.C. 20044. Thank you and happy holidays.
We invite you to celebrate the joy of Christmas from Washington's National Cathedral.
Until they were told not so.
Christmas at the National Cathedral, Christmas Day at 9 on Channel 7.
Life is more important than material things. You don't need all the gold and the diamond rings. Yeah, you make a lot of money and you make it fast. You get busted, you going straight to a jail cell, man. It's going on. Police are getting serious. I don't mean to diss, but you gotta get out of this. Straight up, man. It's a known fact. It ain't enough money that can get your life back. Straight up, freeze. Straight up, freeze. Straight up, freeze. Straight up, police. Yo, little brother, what's up with these drugs? You wanna make a lot of money and be a thug? You want these fancy cars to flaunt your money? But then you go to jail like all the other drugs. Straight up, it ain't cool. You know it ain't safe. So you got a 9mm in your face. It's a game you can't win, so don't try to play. Let's spread the word from New York to L.A. We're here to tell you that drugs are for suckers. Straight up, police. Straight up, freeze. Straight up, police.
And now, we return to Scrooge. Scrooge is brought to you in part by Bounce. It stops static before static stops you.
Static can give people the wrong impression.
It'll stop you.
Static can be openly embarrassing.
It'll stop you.
And static can strike when least expected.
It'll stop you. Yeah.
Because the more you move, the more static can build up. But you can stop static cling by using Bounce, because Bounce leaves clothes virtually static-free.
It won't stop you.
Bounce. It stops static before static stops you.
The evaluation committee is in your office.
This is my husband, Paul. He's under a lot of pressure. But now he's taking charge of his health, eating right by cutting down on cholesterol and saturated fat. That's why I cook with Puritan, with no cholesterol and proven 94% saturated fat-free. Better than any other kind of oil.
Your wife called sneakers before dinner?
Hey, Mr. Principal, carry your books?
Anytime.
Paul's feeling great, and I am too.
Puritan, make it your oil for life.
Shh, sweetie, we've almost got our house. Wish the sitter hadn't canceled. What's that? Oh, diaper leaked. My dress, I'm wet. What do I do now?
Help prevent leaks with Luvs. Only Luvs have leak guard. In the middle for girls, up front for boys.
Somebody's comfy in our new house. Should I have changed you before you fell asleep? Nah, these pink things don't seem to leak. Wish I was as sure about the roof.
There's more of Ebenezer Scrooge coming right up after these announcements, so don't go away.
Many years ago, on a Christmas Eve in Germany, two young men wanted to give a gift to their village. They determined a Christmas hymn would be appropriate. The next morning, the two men sang their new song to the congregation. By giving Silent Night to their neighbors, Joseph Moore and Franz Gruber gave to the world a priceless treasure.
This Christmas season, the Salvation Army salutes those who give of themselves for the good of others.
We have sort of a hunger for the screen.
But these kids aren't going hungry, because they're the new kids on the block. And Entertainment This Week's got the inside story on their amazing rise to superstardom.
We're just 5 guys from Boston.
5 guys who Billboard magazine has named the top new artists of 1989 and whose multi-platinum album has grossed over $50 million. How do they do it? Find out only on the next Entertainment This Week.
We now return to Scrooge with Alastair Sim.
Christmas 1985, Katie's first Christmas. Our house was cozy, all covered with snow. Kay in the parlor, ready to go, and Katie Snow Bunny thought it so funny to be off to see Santa aglow. Her visit was joyful, though tiny was she, sitting with wonder upon Santa's knee. The stockings were hung, the tree was all strung, and Papa sat down for a rest. But rest was not coming, for with little warning, our feelings were put to the test. Early next morning, sometime after dawning, the 18-foot tree so joyous to see crashed onto the grand key of C. Not much we could do, can't repair it with glue, so this intrepid reporter cut the tree 4 feet shorter, cut back all the tinsel, too. The lesson, if there be one, I guess, is when things are all in a mess, you remember your laughter and smile ever after, or else you'll be done in by stress. There's very little to fear, and we wish all those who may not be near merry days without stopping, despite all the shopping. All the best in the coming new year.
This is Lieutenant Phil Lively for the Fairfax County Crimesolvers. We are currently looking for a suspect involved in a rape and robbery which took place in this parking garage. The suspect is a black male, 25 to 30 years old, average height and weight with a dark complexion. He was clean-shaven and well-spoken. A gold Chevy Monte Carlo or a light yellow sedan was seen leaving the garage at a high rate of speed after the assault. If you know anything about this crime, call Fairfax County Crimesolvers at 691-8888.
Is your maid a jealous person?
He's let himself into my apartment, gone through my mail, especially my phone bill, to see who I'm calling.
I have to call her practically every day. Why stay with someone who doesn't trust you? I want to have an opportunity to see if this is going to continue.
I hope that, things will change.
Why would someone spy on their mate?
Low self-esteem.
I guess I'm jealous of her ex-boyfriend.
See how jealousy destroys relationships on the next Oprah Winfrey Show.
At 4 p.m. on Channel 7.
This is Officer George Ludington from Montgomery County Crimesolvers. On December 4th, 1988, Mrs. Martha Blackistone Wall did not show up for church. When family visited her home at 6011 Namakegan Road in Bethesda, they found her lying in the foyer. Later, an autopsy revealed that Mrs. Wall died of severe blows to her head and neck. Although it has been over a year since this murder was committed, we are again appealing to you for help. If you know anything about this murder, please call Montgomery County Crimesolvers at 217-2255.
And now, we return to Scrooge. Scrooge is brought to you in part by Tide. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
New liquid Tide with Clothesline Fresh Scent. It'll make your whole wash smell as fresh as all outdoors. New Clothesline Fresh Tide.
I wanted this job more than anything. I wake up the morning of my interview with a cough, but I mean a cough that would not quit. So I'm thinking, terrific, there goes my job, there goes my interview. So I found a drugstore. I pick out a medicine, but they said that I'd be better off with something that was going to work as well as codeine. And they gave me Formula 44.
Today's Formula 44, as effective as doctor-recommended codeine without narcotic side effects.
And the stuff worked.
And parents, ask your pediatrician about new pediatric Formula 44.
Don't bother. We're out of business.
Why?
The Marshall's anniversary party?
As I was setting the table, I noticed them.
Noticed what? Spots on everything. I tried wiping them off.
But maybe they didn't notice.
We noticed.
The party's over for this catering business.
Noticing spots on your dishes? You're not using Cascade. Cascade sheeting action gets dishes virtually spotless.
These dishes look great.
It's the bank. Oh, can we handle their annual dinner?
Beautifully.
For virtually spotless dishes, nothing beats Cascade.
Come on in to a light, sunny freshness from Downey.
Come on in to Sunrinse Fresh. Light and sunny Downey feeling.
It's like hanging your wash in the sunshine. Sunrinse Downey with the fluffiest softness. You can see Downey softens best.
Come on in, smell the sunshine. Light and sunny Sunrinse Fresh.
Downey, April Fresh and light Sunrinse Fresh too.
Come on into the sunshine.
For all you cold sufferers who don't like taking your medicine, we have news that's easy to swallow. You can get NyQuil relief with the great taste of cherries. Cherry NyQuil.
It's 10 minutes past dinner. Do you know where your Pepto is?
the one that coats, is the only one you need.
We now return to Scrooge. Scrooge will return after these messages.
Trying to take something from a store without paying for it is stealing. On police records, you'll be labeled a thief. Over 7,000 men, women, and teenagers earned that label in just 4 months of last year. They were caught, arrested, their futures ruined. Stealing can cost you your job, a promotion, or entrance to college, and the emotional and time-consuming cost of going through the courts. Don't steal. You have too much at stake, and shoplifting is one way to ruin your future. Count on it.
The holidays for me in the past had always been a time of great despair. Now I have hope, and the holidays now will be a time of great joy and rejoicing.
Share a message of hope with the homeless this holiday season. Call your local rescue mission.
Imagine this is all the heat you can afford to keep your family warm this winter. Now imagine that it's gone.
We invite you to celebrate the joy of Christmas from Washington's National Cathedral. Christmas at the National Cathedral, Christmas Day at 9 on Channel 7.
As one consumer, your purchasing power is limited. $1 doesn't go very far. But when you pool your dollars with thousands of your neighbors, you can multiply your buying power. And that's the secret to Buyers Up, a nonprofit consumer oil buying group founded by Ralph Nader. By buying millions of gallons of home heating oil cooperatively, you can save hundreds of dollars a year on your oil bill. To find out more, call 328-3800. That's 328-3800. Do it today.
We've all seen homeless people on benches, grates, and in doorways. But we don't see the children and families who have no homes. In Washington alone, over 700 families and over 2,000 children face hunger, cold, and fear every day. Please support the Homeless Family Legal Assistance Project and help bring homeless children in from the cold. You can come to their defense. A little help from you can go a long way for them.
And now, the conclusion of Dickens' Scrooge. Scrooge has been sponsored in part by Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Oh! Hiya, kid.
Been a long time.
You were something.
We were something. You're still a klutz.
You're still using Bounty.
Bounty's more absorbent than ordinary towels. The best is still the best.
You always were a class act.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Rosie?
Yeah?
Here's looking at you, kid.
Shh, sweetie, we've almost got our house. Wish the sitter hadn't canceled. What's that? Oh, diaper leaked. My dress, I'm wet. What do I do now?
Help prevent leaks with Luvs. Only Luvs have leak guard. In the middle for girls, up front for boys.
Somebody's comfy in our new house. Should I have changed you before you fell asleep? Nah, these pink things don't seem to leak. Wish I was as sure about the roof.
I'd just about given up. My son invariably wears a white sweatshirt while shooting baskets in the mud and rain. I thought that shirt would never be really white. Then I tried Tide with bleach.
For your tough whitening problems, you need the one with the power of liquid bleach to whiten better than other detergents. Even a sock this dirty gets only this white with other detergents, but gets gleaming white with Tide with bleach.
Unbelievable. Sincerely, Virginia Raitano.
When it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.